Hello, my friends, and welcome. I hope you're doing fine. And today we will have a look at another exercise of Exercism. It's called phone number. So let's go. Cool. So let's read what the instructions are. This should be an easy one. So we will not use complicated stuff. So if it's easy, it should be easy. All right. Cool. So instructions: clean up user entered phone number so that they can be sent SMS messages. All right. So let's have a little bit of read. So the North American Numbering Plan, NANP, is a telephone numbering system used by many countries in North America, like the United States, Canada, and Bermuda. All NANP countries share the same international country code, 1. All right. So we have the country code is 1 for North America. All right. NAMP numbers are 10-digit numbers consisting of 3 digits numbering plan area code. So we have an example here. So these first 3 is the area code, commonly known as area code, followed by a 7-digit local number. So these are the local number. Okay. The first 3 digits of the local number represents exchange code. So these 3 are exchange code, followed by unique 4-digit numbers, which is the subscriber number. So we have the area number here, we have the exchange number here, and then we have unique 4 digits for the subscriber number, they call it. All right. So let's see here. So N, this one, N, and this one, N, is any digit from 2 through 9. So no 0 and no 1. So anything between 2 and 9, these two N's. And X is from 0 to 9. So X is 0, 9, N is 2 to 9, all right? So what is our task? Your task is to clean up differently formatted telephone numbers by removing punctuation and the country code 1 if present. So if we get all of this, so the first one is country number, we need to remove it. And then we get the area code, we check if it's correct one. So remember, the first digit of area code should be either 0 or 1, nothing else, okay? And after that, we need to correct this one, the exchange code. So the first number here, it should be from 2 to 9. So nothing 0 and nothing 1, all right? And we don't care about the last numbers. And we need to remove all the, let's call it junk. So the dashes, the points, the empty spaces, the brackets. So we need to remove all of it. So at the end, we have basically 10-digit number that are only numbers, okay? Cool. So, and this exercise is only non-countries. So we don't have other countries that have maybe different system. So we only need to solve for the North American thing. Cool. So what we need to do is to copy this and open our terminal. All right. So let's paste that in. I need to put force at the end because I already downloaded and tried some stuff. Okay, so let's talk. So what I would do, like we read about the instructions, okay? And well, we got the idea, but when we write the code, we need to see what are they testing. So we need to go through the test file and then to pick up the test cases and then to build our code accordingly, right? So let's go here. I already prepared a whiteboard for that. So we need to remove these, remove these. So the brackets, this is empty spaces. So if you don't know, this is empty space, if you can spell it. All right. The dashes, can you please disable? All right, so the dashes, the dots, and the plus sign, okay? When you remove all of this, we should have like, yeah, just numbers. Cool. So, and then we need to consider some test cases. So these are the cases that we need to consider. Okay. So the first case is when it's smaller than 10 digits, when it's 11 but not start with 1. So, and when it's bigger than 11, when contains letters, when contains punctuations, they call it. So when it starts with 0, if it's 10 digit, it starts with 0. So you know that the area code is wrong. When it starts with 1, this is also area code. This exchange code for 10 digits starts with 0, and exchange start with 1. And then you go with the 11 digit, the same thing. Okay. So when I was preparing for this, I wanted to show you this one. Let me transition again. I want to show you. I hope you can see it. All right. So you see all of these cases. So this is why I always say, please use this, like just a notepad with pen and paper, and then just go through the list, and then just write your this. I don't. Probably you know it, or if you don't know, this is so-called UML. So if you want to do it like this, you need to read a little bit about UML and how they do it, but it's not that complicated. It's easy. Cool. So if you see here on the left side, you can see like this one is called decision, activity, and stuff like that. So UML has type of some things you need to take care about, but we will use simple, like a beginner thing, okay? Just for us to have the to draw some stuff. All right. So first thing, we take this activity. So let's call it a number. So what we get is a number. So we need to do some stuff with this number, right? So the first thing what we need to do is that we need to we need to here to here. All right, we need to remove invalid characters. All right, so that's the first thing we need to do. We have the number, we remove the invalid characters. Then we go and we need to make a decision, right? So what we need to do as a decision. So let's do it like this. Text. Cool. So the first decision is we see if the number is less than 10, right? That's our first decision that we need to take. So if the number is less than 10, if it's yes, so we need to give it an error. If we go back to here, we see that, for example, invalid when 9 digits, right? So if it's less than 9 digits, we need to give it incorrect number of digits. So that's the error that should pop up, right? Okay, so that's the first error that we need to check. And how this works is you say activity here as well. This node is for no. So is it less than 10? Sorry, it's less than 10, yes. So print error. Okay. And then we, there's the end symbol, this one. Yeah, you need to put the starting symbol here and connect it to here. And then this is the end symbol. And after that, we need to exit the program. And this is the exit symbol. So when you finish the program, this is exit. And this one is for starting the program. Let's put it here. All right, cool. So if it's less than that, yes, print error, exit. Okay. If not, we need to do the next check. Let me copy this. All right. So you will be here. So what is the next test? Of course, if it's more than 11, right? We don't need that as well. So why more than 11? Why not more than 10? Because 11, we learned that we can have the country code, and this makes the phone number 11 digits. Okay. So let's connect that. If it's more than 11, yes, so we print error as well. So let's put yes here. Okay, so it prints an error. It's a different error, but bear with me, okay? So it should print an error. This is very general, okay? So it should print a different error, but generally it should print an error and then exit, okay? So this is a no node. So we have no. All right. So next, what we need to do, we need to check if this has, well, I don't have space anymore. So if it contains letters, right? Contains letters, okay? Does it contain letter? We learned that the a phone number shouldn't have letters, right? So let me do my It's okay. All right. So if it contains letters, the same thing, exit, right? So yes. Oops. So yes, it contains letters, exit. And what's the next thing? The next one is punctuation. So this node is no. So the next one is, oh, okay, cool. So the next one is punctuation. All right. What is this? So let's say no. And contains punctuation. I hope it's spelled correctly. If yes, again, we say yes. So we print an error and exit. Okay, cool. So you see the code is runs here, and if it's error, exit. If not, it goes further. Error, no, no, go further. No, go further. So what's next? What we need to check next? So next, we need to say, so let's copy this again. So next, we need to check if, so now we have two cases, right? Sorry, I need to go back here. So we have the case that has 11 numbers, 11 digits like this or like this, okay, with a country code. And then we have the cases that contains only 10 numbers without the country code, okay? So we need to check if it's 10 or if it's 11, then do something here and do something there. Basically, we do the same thing. So with 11, we need to check if this one is 0 or 1, then we exit and give it an error. And if this one is 0 and 1, then we exit, okay? If not, it's perfect. All right, so let's go here again. Where's my, put it here. So let's say 10 numbers. And by the way, the decision thing is always, basically you can format it as a question. Like, is it 10 numbers? Yes or no? So just keep that in mind. All right, so this is a no. No. And Yeah, so this is a no. So is it 10 number? If yes, we need to do something else. If no, we go down and then we do the 11 number case. Cool. So first of all, is it 10 number? If yes, then we need to go further and check some other stuff. Okay, so if yes, so we need to check, first of all, we need to check if it's 10. Area code start with 0. So we need to check that. So is it 10 number? This one should be yes. Okay. Is the area code start with 0? So yeah, I need to, usually you connect this with this, but I will do the same thing here. So area code is 0. If yes, then we need to print an error. So let's take a activity here. Say print error. As I say, this is general error, so we need to specify it. Okay, so let's say yes. We print an error and then we end the program as we did before. Okay, so usually you only have one start and only one end. But yeah, I don't want to confuse with all the errors and stuff like that, so I will do it like this, all right? So if the area code starts with 0, yes, print an error, exit, done. If no, then you need to check something else, right? So we need to check if the area code starts with 1. If yes, well, do this, right? If yes, then print error, exit. And this one is no. Okay. What we need to check next? We need to check if, not area code, but what was it called? Exchange code, I think. Exchange. Let's do it like this. Exchange code starts with 0. Let's connect this. Say this is a no. So let's do like this. All right. So let's say here's yes. Okay. So exchange code starts with 0. If yes, print an error, exit. If no, we need to check if the exit code, so this is the no node. No. Error code starts with 1. We do the same here. So yes. Okay. Then we exit. We have these 4 things that we need to check. If they have like the area code or the exchange codes have 0 or 1, then we print an error and exit. If no, then we go down. So the last line here, what we need to do is we need to, all right, so we need to print, let me do it like this. Okay. Print phone number. So that's happened when everything is correct. We just print the phone number and then we exit basically. Okay, cool. So if the area code, like if this all are correct, we have a correct number, we just print the number and then we end the program. Okay. So this is for 10 numbers. Exactly the same thing we need to check for 11 numbers, right? So basically I'll spare you the pain here, and then I'll just copy this, go down here, and it's not like this. Let's change this. We need the connection from here. Let's do that first, from here to here. And we need a text that says, what do we have before? 11 numbers. As you see, if you do this, you get more ideas. Like, hey, I can connect both of these because it's the same, but I can do some other stuff, some tricks. So I can say, okay, if it's 11, if it's 10, and whatever. So it checks differently. But as I said, it should be an easy task. It's on easy if you see here. So we will do like if and else's and stuff like that, okay? Cool. So when this ends, we just connect this one and say here, no. Here we're missing no. Okay, so I hope I hope this was useful. It took us like 15 or 20 minutes, but I think it's very useful. So I have exactly this one, what we did on program, I have it here. Okay, so the same thing, which it makes easier for us if we program this. If we go through the list and then say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you get also ideas like, okay, if I do this, maybe I can tweak this, maybe I can do some other stuff. So this is why you just, you just draw this and then go step by step. So the first thing is we need the invalid characters, right? Because this is the first thing that we need to do here. So we get a number and then we need to remove the invalid characters. And the invalid characters, we define it here, right? So the brackets, the empty spaces, and stuff like that. All right, so how can we do that? We used before regular expressions, right? So we use that here as well. So regular expression. And then let's call it invalid char for invalid characters. And then let's say we need to define these, right? So R for row string. Okay, so, and in there we put all of this, what we need to remove. So we put it in these brackets, in the square brackets. And then, because this means one or more, right? These brackets. And then let's start just put the things. So we said we need, let me do this side by side here. So we said we need these brackets, okay? We need empty space, okay? We need to remove the dash. Then we need to remove dots. And at the end, we need to remove a plus, okay? So these are the invalid characters and we need to remove them. Cool. So let's go here. If we go back to the test file, we see that they have a method. It's called clean. So we need to implement that method, and we get result as a string. So we need to do string clean, and we see that it gets a string as well. So we say string, and then oops, sorry, here, okay. So they said it's phone number, so let's copy that and put it here. All right, so we have that. Cool, yeah, so we need to return our output, okay? Cool, so let's have phone number. So let's say return phone number. So we get that out of the way. So at the end, we need to return the phone number. So what the first thing we need to do with this is basically take phone number equal to phone number. So we need to remove the things, but we need also to store it again, right? So we store it in the same variable. So dot, we say replace all from, we replace the invalid characters with an empty one, right? So what this basically will do, will remove all this junk here and then replace the phone number so we have only digits in there. And then we return the phone number, right? Okay, so we got that. Cool. So can we test this? What is our first test case? Let's check. Clean the number. Okay, that's perfect. So this is false, everything else is true. All right, so let's start a test here. So let's say dart pub get. Did we do that? Yep. Dart run test. Okay, it's taking a long time, but all right. So the first test is good. Cool. So let's check the second thing that we need to do. And the second thing on our list is we did this. Let's do it like this maybe. All right, perfect. Okay, first task done. So next task is we need to check if it's less than 10, right? Cool. So let's go back. Our next task is we say if the number that we have, the phone number, dot, the length of that is smaller than 10. So we don't include 10, so not smaller, equal. We don't include that. So 10 is the correct one. Then we need to throw an error. And which error do we need to throw? If we go back to the test file, let me do it like this. Okay, it's better for you. So if we go to the test file, we see that, okay, they have other one here. So basically this is all cleaning stuff. So let's put these. Okay, we have this one, invalid when 9 digits. You see here, they have something called format exception, okay? We need to use that. Let me do this, false, save. Cool, so we need to throw a format exception. And in there, we need to give it this string that they are expecting. All right, so we need to copy this, go back, paste it, save. All right, cool. So we check if the phone number is smaller than 10, and then we say, doesn't work. All right, so let's run the test, and let's check if it's correct. All right, cool. So that works. So let's go back to the UML. I think I need to do it like this. All right, so we did this. Perfect. Now we need to go one further. It's like more than 11. Cool. So basically you can copy this, go here, paste it, and then say if it's greater than 11, right? And then we need to give it the correct invalid when 11 digits does not start with 1. Okay, we will come back to that one. Valid when 11 digits and starting with 1. Where's the bigger than? Valid when 11 digits and valid when more than 11 digits. So this one. Okay, let's put false in there. Cool. So we just say more than 11 digits. That's the error message that they are expecting. Save. Okay, throw format exception, this one. Cool, let's run it. It should be +5. Perfect. All right, cool. So this one we solved as well. So the next one is contains letters. Okay, so we need to make another regular expression. And let's call this letters. Very original, but hey. Cool. So how can we check for letters? It's also easy. So we say that we need this bracket as well. And then we say A to Z and A to Z. So that's letters, right? Don't forget the capital letters as well and the small numbers. So small letters, okay? You need to check for both, all right? So, okay, we have a regular expression called letters. All right, let's check if phone number dot phone number, not dot, yeah, dot contains a letters. Then we say throw format exception, and then we need to check what we need to throw here. Invalid with letters, cool. So letters not permitted is the thing, and then we say here false. Save that. That's our exception. All right, let's check. It should say +6. Cool. All right, so we solved that as well. So let's make it green as well. Cool. Contains punctuation. So let's go back to this one. And what are the punctuations that we can get? Let's call this punctuations. I need to check if I'm spelling that correctly. All right, so the punctuations that we need are the @ sign, the double dots, and the exclamation mark. How I know this? If you go here, invalid with punctuation, they give you this one, okay? So if they have only that, okay, we will use it. So let's copy punctuation, change this to false so we can test it. And we need to put an if here. Okay, statement. So if the phone number contains punctuations, then we say throw a format error or a format exception, and then put this in, save, and run the test. It should be 7 now. Perfect. Cool. So we did this as well. So see what I told you. This makes everything easier. So you just like think about all of this. Make your I need to move my notepad. Okay, so you make your you think about everything, and maybe you draw all of this, and then at the end you just go through this. Okay, this done, this done, this done, this done, this done. Okay, so it makes life easier. Cool. So, and even the print error thing is now done, and then we exit as you saw. So perfect. Next one is if it's 10 numbers. So let's say if phone number dot length is 10, right? So we check if it's 10 numbers, then we can do some stuff. All right, so basically this one is also done, but yeah, let's not do coloring there. So area code starts with 0. Area code, if we go back and check where the area code for 10 digits are, so we have 3, 6, 10. This one is example for 10. The area code is the first digit in a 10-digit phone number, right? So this one, it shouldn't be 0 or 1. So this is what we are checking. That's why we need to sorry. So that's why we need to do the following. So we say if the phone number at position so at position 0, all right, so at that position, let me check, invalid area code. Okay, so we have it here. So at this position, if it's 0, phone number, okay, let me put it here, dot contains 0. If this is true, then we need to throw format exception as well. And let's copy the this one. Area code cannot start with 0. Cool. Done. And then change this to false. And let's check if this is correct. So it should be +8. Perfect. Cool. So the next thing we did, let's go back. So we did this now, all right? So perfect. Done. Next one is area code start with 1. So basically the same thing. So we say if the phone number at position 0 contains 1, then we need to throw a format exception. We need to check what we need to call it. Whoops, let's go here. Invalid if area code starts with 1. So area code cannot start with 1. Do this to false. Save. Go back, enter this one. Save. Check if it's correct. Perfect. All right. So we have 9 tests to go. All right. So basically, I think we need the exchange code still. So we did this one. Now we need the exchange code. And if you go back here to exchange code, we see that the exchange code is these 3 digits. And the first one, it cannot be 0 or 1. So it's in position 0. Okay. In strings, they start with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. So in position 3, it cannot be 1 or 0. All right. So let's do that. So we say if phone number in position 3 dot contains a 0, then we need to throw a format error or format exception, and we need to call it, we did this, starts with 1, okay, exchange code, copy, oops, exchange code, copy, no, we need, we need to have this one first. So exchange code starts with 0, that one we need, and we need to do this false, save, and print it here, and then it should be 10. Cool. All right. So let's see in our diagram. We did this now. We need the area code for 1. So we say if phone number in position 3 contains 1. So we throw a format exception, and let's see what we need to call it. It should be this one. Yes, with 1. Okay, copy that. Change this to false. Save. All right, so let's run it. Should be 11 now. Perfect. Cool. So I think we are done with the 10 digits. Yep, done. So next one we need to do for 11 numbers and basically do the same things. Okay. So we have, we can basically copy this and phone number. So now we need to see where the position for 11 digits are. So if we go back here and let's take this example, okay? So if we have 11 digits, we have one more. So the position will be 0, 1. So in the first position with 11 digits, it shouldn't be 0 or 1. Okay, so we come here. In the first position, 0 is country code, 1 is the area code, okay? Area code cannot start. Let's check if it's the same. Area code cannot start with 0. So we have this one. So let's change it to false. Let's go back. Phone number in position 1. Area code cannot start with 0. Okay, looks the same. Cool. All right, perfect. So we do this. So okay, we are in 11. So let's do all of this and then we just clean up. So 1 in position 1, area code cannot be 1. Area code cannot be 1. Okay, cool. And then we go down 3. Let's check if that's the position. So if we have 1 here, so 0, 1, 2, 3, fourth position, right? All right, so we say here, fourth position for both of these. And let's check if it's the same error message. Exchange code cannot start with 0. Let's put false in here. And exchange code cannot start with 0. So let's put false in here as well. Okay. Exchange code cannot start with 1. Exchange code with 0. Looks correct. So Dart run test. Let's see, 15, and then we have 3 to go. All right, cool. So see how easy that is. So let's do it like this. And we did this. We did this. And we did this. So what is missing? Let's check. Okay, what is missing? All right, so let's go to the test and let's search for true. All right, so we have this one. That's the first one? Yeah, that's the first one. All right, so invalid when 11 digits does not start with a 1. So we need to check the country code if the country code is not 1. Okay, so we get, for example, this. And you see it starts with 2, and then we say 11 digits must start with 1. So we can do that in here with the length of 11. We do it first because it shouldn't check the other ones. It should check that first, right? And if it's an error, it goes out and doesn't check the other ones. So we say if put it this one. Okay. So if the phone number in the first position, which is 0, country code 0, dot contains 1. Okay. But if we negate all of that, so it will say if it does not contain a 1, right? So if you do it without this negation, which is mean not, so it will check if it's 1. But if we put the not before, so we're saying if it's not, if it does not contain 1, so we need to throw some exceptions, right? So throw format exception, and let's see what we need to call it here. 11 digits must start with 1. Copy that. Let's do false here. Let's run the test. All right, perfect. So 2 to go. Let's check where they are. These two. All right. Valid when 11 digits and starting with 1. Valid when 11 digits and starting with 1, even when with punctuation. All right. So we can do it here after it goes through all this check and it says, okay, their number is correct. Then at the end, we can just remove the last digit, okay? We can use phone number is phone number dot substring. And if we say the start is at position 1, then it just removed the first one, and then we start at 2. So basically, okay. So let's try that out. Terminal dart run test. Oops, dart run test. Cool. Yeah. All right. So if we do false, it should work like a charm. So we don't need you. Dart run test. And perfect. All tests passed. Cool. So that's how you solve this exercise. And basically from this, you can start to say, okay, I don't like all of this if and else and whatever. It's too messy. What you can do is to, I can show you here. I have this one. So basically you can write, you can put all of these, you can put them in a method, right? So, and at the end, you just put all of these methods behind each other. So you have the method for checking if it's 10 digits. You can check if it's or less than 10 digits, if it's more than 11 digits, and so on. You put all of these in a method, and at the end, you come here and you call all these methods, okay? Whatever you want. It makes it a little bit cleaner, so you have like, okay, if I have different countries, they have different things. I have this method, it does this, so I can use it. Cool. So I hope you learned something today, and if so, show me with a like and sub to my channel, and I hope to see you next time. Steve out. Ciao.